It's been 19 years since the release of the PlayStation 3, and with the state of gaming now, I wanted to go back and understand just how important this console was and how it helped take gaming to another level. Although it started quite rough, it managed to become one of the best consoles of all time. This is the story of how I got my PS3 and my memories with it. After sticking with the PS2 for almost 10 years, it was time for an upgrade. And on Christmas of 2011, me and my brother got the upgrade we wanted. We got the PlayStation 3 Slim after months of begging, and alongside with it, we bought WWE 12 and GTA 4 episodes on Liberty City. So this was some holidays to remember. Also, side note for anyone thinking that they should sell their collection, please don't, I still regret doing it. And as you can see, I sold every PlayStation 3 game that I had, and now I only got these games because I'm not really into collecting PlayStation 3 games nowadays. But I had way more PlayStation 3 games, and I sold it because I wanted the money. I could just wait and find a different way, but no, I wanted to sell my PlayStation 3 games because I was like, I'm gonna mod the PlayStation 3 and I'll download every game. Well, I still regret that, so don't do it. The first thing that impressed me so much was the wireless controller and just how different it felt, but still being identical to the PS2, so I really felt at home immediately. The battery also would last forever in this thing, and even today, I barely charge it. Also, the technology of the console itself really shocked me as a kid with all the crazy features it had, and it felt like it was centuries ahead compared to the PS2. Being able to eject discs without having to go over the console to remove the disc, and just turning off the console remotely, and also the PS3 would suck the discs instead of using an actual tray, it just felt like it was from the future. Small but important things like these was all it took for me to fall in love with my PlayStation 3. So, the first game we booted with me and my brother was GTA, and the graphics were so freaking insane. I mean, I really couldn't believe my eyes with how much better everything looked. From actual physics in WWE and GTA to just the size of how big everything felt was pretty much a life-changing experience for me. Me and my brother would literally play together from 10 in the morning until 10 at night, with the only breaks being to go to the toilet or just eat. Oh, and funny thing is, we were using AV cables for 2 years, until we finally saved up and got a full HD TV, so you can imagine how much we shitted our pants then. Anyways, after playing literally hundreds of hours with just those 2 games, we wanted more. And that's when Little Big Planet 2 and Call of Duty Black Ops 2 came in clutch, and literally I got shivers down my spine while writing this script, because we just had the times of our lives with those 2 games. Little Big Planet 2 literally was my dream game. Being able to create whatever the hell you want, and just the absolute aura this game had, with all its quirky mechanics and unique characters, and just, oh my god, the community levels. If you know, you know. This was peak Little Big Planet. Call of Duty was already a household name since we played Black Ops 1, but finally being able to play split-screen zombies and multiplayer, man, you just can't recreate shit like this anymore. And don't even get me started on the countless exclusive games that the PlayStation 3 had. Sure, it didn't have exclusives right out of the box, but until the end of its life cycle, we were blessed with games like Uncharted, Demon's Souls, Last of Us, Killzone, Resistance, etc. Also, let's not forget about the fact that the PlayStation 3 has amazing backwards compatibility. Every PlayStation 3 model can natively play PlayStation 1 games, that was hard to say, straight off the disc, and it is possible to play PlayStation 2 games through other means, if you know what I mean. Unless you still have a working launch model. But the PlayStation 3 launched at a very high price, but the things it could do are industry standards now. I mean, think about it. In 2006, one console could play every PlayStation game you owned. That's pretty insane. But even without the games, this console still could do anything else you wanted. Watch your YouTubes, animes, read comics, play DVDs and Blu-rays. You name it, this bad boy can do it. Oh, and the fact that you don't have to swap discs unlike its direct competitor? Yeah, that's pretty sick. Another real strong point of the PlayStation 3 is its modding. This console, in order to be soft modded, all it needs is just a USB stick and literally 10 minutes. I remember I did it in 30 minutes before going to work one day, because the process is literally that easy. Now sure, depending on the system you have, every time you restart the console you need to run the hack, but it's really fast, so yeah, it's not that bad at all. And once you mod it, the only limitation you have is your creativity. From homebrew to backup games and emulation, everything pretty much works flawlessly, and you can play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation Portable, and obviously PlayStation 3 games straight out of the hard disk or SSD. So yeah, that's crazy, that's just very nice. And speaking of strong points, the online play was probably the best thing about this console, and that's because it's free. Yeah, remember that? I mean, you could pay for PlayStation Plus and you would have extra benefits like cloud saves and discounts and free games, but if you just want to play a couple of COD zombie rounds with the boys, then go ahead and do it instead of paying $9.99 monthly for I don't know why. In 2025, the online community is very well and active, and you can find games pretty fast depending on which region you are, but the fact that 19 years later people still actively play online, it says a lot about the PS3's legacy. Speaking of its legacy, the PS3 started off real horrible with its weird marketing campaign and insane release prices, but in the end it managed to outsell the Xbox 360 and became the legend that it is today. It's crazy how modern this console still feels in 2025, from its Blu-ray player that still gets updates to this day, to its free online play, to Sony blessing us with legendary games that started on the PlayStation 3 like Last of Us and Red Dead Redemption, led to making the PlayStation 3 one of my favorite consoles of all time. So, what's your story with the PlayStation 3? Or even Xbox, or maybe even Wii? What was your favorite game from that generation? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this one, there's still a lot of consoles that I want to share my story with you guys.